Yes, I have experienced racism before. It was while I was working in upstate New York. There was an older gentleman who implied that I was a different type of Asian, and when I corrected him, he said that basically you all look alike, black hair, brown eyes, and implied that we all have money, which would have been nice if it were true.
I've experienced racism when I lived with my roommate at Temple. He was Asian from Hong Kong, so he was pretty racist towards, well, pretty much everyone, but especially black people.
No, I have not ever experienced racism.
Definitely when I was younger. Even with my own race, sometimes I just didn't fit the Latino quality, depending on how I acted and sometimes how I even looked.
I grew up in a predominantly black and white neighborhood in South Philadelphia. I was born in South Philadelphia as well, but growing up, going into public elementary schools, the other kids they didn't see another Asian kid before, and they didn't know what to think of me. They compared me to famous martial artists, and some of these people I didn't even know about.
To me, racism represents a lack of knowledge, a lack of understanding, a lack of, I guess, even logic.
It means so much. It's just discriminating someone because of their background. Not only that, just like profiling someone because of where they're from, even just their culture and religion, all of that.
Hate's the actual race that's different than your own. But I wouldn't say to love a race more. It's more so about hate.
I think racial profiling is very unfair. It's rude. It's inconsiderate. It's wrong, pretty much.
It's wrong just because everybody should be given an equal opportunity based on their character and contributions and not on their race that they were born with.
Like everyone, I don't like the racial profiling, whether it's in media or even today, even if it's subtle. That those small subtle things still count as well.
It's unnecessary because there's no point in saying, oh, because you're a specific type of race, you can't get specific things, because it doesn't seem as if certain people can have that opportunity like other people. It's better to like that if everybody can just have the same thing and have the same benefits as everybody else, then there would be no problems.
I think corporations disguise racism through loopholes that they use in order to actually make more money for the companies.
I guess in the sense of employment opportunities, I believe that they use, the sense of having to fill a quota of minority employees.
Making commercials with minorities to make the world think that they're treating all races in their companies the same, when that's clearly not the case.
Corporations disguise racism in literally anything that they put out. Whether in like media, for example, any minorities are always the sidekicks. They're never the main characters. I mean, now we're seeing that more often because now people are being more outspoken about it. It's like, well, we should see a Latino main character, or Indian, or Asian, or the whole 9 yards.
Unfortunately, I don't think we can overcome racism. Both of my parents are kind of racist, and my parents are also homophobic as well, with all that into it. They're traditional people.
I really don't think that racism could end. I think if it were to end, the whole world would have to be blind. That way no one would actually know who is what.
People need to come together instead of acting divided, because yes, one person can change, but it takes a group of people to try and make one thing possible than another. We can't just say we're gonna stop it without putting any effort into it, because then that just seems like empty words instead of action.
There's always gonna be one person that just has to be the odd man out and feel something against towards another culture. I would love to. Maybe in the future, way in the future we will. But it's a thing that we're slowly trying to change.